So it's nearly time for us to get the next set of DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's been a few months since Wave 1, and surely Wave 2 is on the way. So, we're doing a quick little, I guess you can call it a GameXplain discussion, or a wish list discussion, for courses we want to see in Wave 2, specifically in Wave 2. So, I am Trish, I am joined by Andre, you know, the two biggest Mario Kart people here, of course. And we're going to run through some courses, I think 4 each, that we want to see get added in the next 8 courses.
Yeah, sorry, so we're aiming to fill in that full 8-course roster that we're expecting here. Hopefully pretty soon. I'm starting to burn out on these first 8 courses we have here, Tris, so we need more new ones now.
Yeah, it's been a little while. March at this point does feel like it was quite a while ago, so we are definitely due for some new ones this summer.
Yeah, I'm ready and waiting for them. All right, so let's start off. I'm gonna start off with a big one, probably one you already have too, Tristan. If not, yeah, you should have because it's a great one. Waluigi Pinball, baby, we need it here. I don't even know what justification I need to give for it. I mean, for one, it's Waluigi, so inherently it deserves to be here. 2, it's a pinball table. That's freaking awesome. And it's just a very dynamic track. You got balls rolling down the track. You got flippers bouncing you around. You've got obstacles to watch out for. I love it. It's a very energetic, very fun track. It's got great music too. We need it here. It has to be here. It's shocking it isn't already here. And it deserves a proper, like, full HD treatment. Like, I don't want any of this, like, upscale tour asset stuff. I want this track to look amazing.
And especially since with anti-grav, you can have, like, the whole track in anti-grav too.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, add a little bit of, like, give you, like, less friction as you're going around. That could really change the feel of this track.
Yep.
So that could be fun. So you're thinking for the entire thing, right? Not just for certain segments or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine at least majority of the actual pinball section would be anti-grav, but the more of it that you have, the better. I mean, the F-Zero tracks are great for that. And with Waluigi Pinball being set inside a literal pinball machine, you could do it anywhere, and it would actually be perfect and add to the fun chaos to it.
Especially with, I feel like the idea of, like, gliding past and into people just lends itself better to a pinball table than jutting up against them, you know? Like, it feels like multi-ball in a sense. Yep. So yeah, I think they should definitely do it. I'm all for that. Good idea, Tris.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun to see Waluigi Pinball. It is kind of surprising it's not already here. It's arguably, outside of, like, Rainbow Roads, one of the most iconic Mario Kart courses.
How does Music Park make the cut in the original game and not Delfino Square? Or I'm sorry, spoilers, and not Waluigi Pinball?
Well, I think what's fun too is we have DS, I think, like Wario Stadium, which has the same music, but they could totally give it a new remix if it gets added rather than using the same song. That's already in 8, you can give it, like, this nice kind of, like, techno remix or something that would be fitting for a pinball table.
Exactly, something you find in an arcade or something.
Yes.
That'd be really cool.
Alright.
Well,
on to my first pick. Now, of course, the main assumption is every cup, or at least each wave of DLC, is going to have at least one course from Tour. So I'm going to start with my favorite course in Tour. Not Ninja Hideaway, we already have Ninja Hideaway. So that would be Vancouver Velocity. It is, the song is so beautiful. You're driving around Vancouver at night with, like, the aurora in the sky, and it's really pretty. There's a lot they could do. There's a whole, like, bridge section that could be turned into an anti-grav, just kind of make it go all crazy. It's a pretty standard course otherwise, but it was the first of the city courses that felt, like, really interesting when we first got it. And I've been in love with that course ever since it was added years ago, and I want to see that get brought over.
I do too, only because I haven't played that one at all yet, I don't think. And seeing how well the previous tour tracks have worked already in Mario Kart Deluxe, I think it could be a great track based on what you're telling me right now. So I'd be down for seeing that here.
That's another thing too. I can't wait to see how any tour courses get, like, translated, since they did such a good job with Paris and Tokyo. I think, especially ones that we know they have multiple versions, like Vancouver Velocity has 1 and 2. So there could be really interesting ways to shake it up and put both of them into one.
What's kind of awesome, too, is for people like myself, who I'm sure there have to be others, who are big Mario Kart fans, but by and large have kind of skipped Tour, or at least didn't follow it all the way through. Mm-hmm. Like, those Tour tracks are effectively brand new tracks for us, and that's awesome. Especially with, I mean, even for people who come from Tour, like, they're reimagining or reworking these tracks to a degree, it seems like that they're almost new tracks for you, too, right, Tris?
Pretty much. And even ones that are like almost one-to-one, like Ninja Hideaway, for example, it's still a completely different experience between Tour and 8 Deluxe.
Right. Makes sense. All right, let's. I'm glad you had the Tour track here, Tris. It covered the one. I didn't have any here for Tour, so
there you go.
All right, I'm gonna move into the track that I accidentally spoiled a moment ago, Tris. Delfino Square DS, baby. I want this one here. This one is just a great track. For one, it's based on the Mario Sunshine aesthetic, which is somehow growing on me over the years. We just got Delfino Mall. What's it called? Delfino Mall?
Coconut Mall.
Coconut Mall. So now let's complete it. Let's get Delfino Square in there, and it's just got a great track design. I love all the shortcuts and alternate paths they have here. You have that early alley into the track, that branching path that really kind of throw things off immediately when you reconverge. Then you have that amazing shortcut across the water. You can pull it off, so that's a great one. Then you have another alley coming up if you have a mushroom to boost through it, followed by a freaking drawbridge that you can jump over. There's just so much going on here, and I can only imagine the chaos that would ensue in full 12-player matches in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it'd be a ton of fun.
Especially since the last time we saw this, which I think it was in DS and Wii, we now have like the underwater, we have the gliding, like there's new mechanics they can add into this. And like, what if you turn that final drawbridge, instead of, a drawbridge, it's just always up, and then you have to do a glide off of it and glide over the last section.
That's a great idea, although you would lose the little zigzag area they have, which I kind of like, but that's not a bad idea. Or it could still go up and occasionally be a flying section, when it's up, or if it's down, it's not. So I think that's a really interesting idea, and the underwater mechanics too, that could fill in for the, if you try to go with a shortcut across the water and you can't make it, well, you can still drive across, and it could really, enhance how this track feels, so I love it. I don't know if there's really any place that really lends itself well to anti-gravity, which maybe it works out because Nintendo seems adverse to adding anti-gravity anyway to these DLC tracks, but I hope that they do in some of them.
Yeah, we talk about anti-grav in a very hopeful manner here because not a single one of Wave 1 added it, and realistically, it's not in Tour, so it may not be in any of them, but we'll be hopeful, but I'm not going to look for a way to add it into every single course. Alright, well, getting into my next one, I've got GBA Sunset Wilds. And normally, I'm not that big of a fan of Mario Kart Super Circuit, but it has some really good courses, and that balances out nicely. Sunset Wilds was brought into Mario Kart Tour a while back, and its visuals are so nice. They updated that course in such a great way, and I would love to see that and like the little Shy Guy miners everywhere brought into 8 Deluxe. I think that would be fantastic, and the music would be so great too.
So I also am not a huge Super Circuit fan, but that is like the one standout track to me. Like, I love that track. For one, I love Shy Guys, but this was even before, like, I think my love for Shy Guys even began. Maybe that's where it started, actually, with this track. But yeah, I love the sunset theme, the desert, the Shy Guys. It's all perfect. It's all great. I unfortunately don't think I played the Tour version, so again, this will be another, like, remake that's all new to me, but I hope that they even go even further with it. I'm sure it looks great in Tour, but obviously they can make it look even better in Switch, and this is a track that deserves it. I hope that they, like, I want that sunset to be gorgeous, I want, and then the music too, with the remix that they have been adding, I'm looking forward to it. Fantastic soundtrack as well.
Absolutely, and it's exciting with each one. Like, I love that they've been making the GBA courses more interesting, because the courses were the most interesting part about Super Circuit, because didn't play very well, but getting like a new breath of life put into those courses is really nice.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job in general updating like the 2D tracks, I'd say. Like they feel like entirely different entities to that point. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it hopefully being here, I should say. And not looking forward to probably being disappointed by that. But, there's still more cups after, so we'll see. All right, my next one, Tris, is Toad's Factory from Mario Kart Wii.
Yes.
This is another highly dynamic track. There's so much going on here. You got the pistons pounding down on you. You got conveyor belts all over the place. You got boxes you have to evade. And then at the end, you have the half pipe portions like shrink and grow.
Yes.
And really, through the whole muddy section, and it really kind of like challenges you to get through it without slowing down. And it just got a great, highly dynamic feel, which I love. Like, it's just like chaos to the max, and it deserves to be in this game. I feel like that is, for me, a standout of the Mario Kart Wii game. and it's a shame it's not here already. So hopefully they can address that and get it here properly. But I don't think it's even in Tour, right?
Nope, it has not come back since Mario Kart Wii. And Toad's Factory is such a good course, and such an iconic course too. Like,
it is.
Even if it doesn't end up coming to Tour, like, I want it in 8 Deluxe. I think that course is so good on the console Mario Kart experience. With 12 racers, you have the bikes, you have the fast-paced motions, and items all over the place. Like, that course is perfect for the Mario Kart Chaos. And I want it back.
Exactly right.
I'm right there with you.
Dang right.
Well, my next pick is also from Mario Kart Wii, actually. And it's Koopa Cape. We just got this back recently in Mario Kart Tour, and that's exactly why I want to see it. But also, it's like the perfect summer vibe. Like, you're basically on a water slide for half the course. It's just perfect for the summertime. And, I mean, even on top of that, the course being updated for Tour was nice. I mean, they added in half pipes that weren't there originally, and the underwater section works nicely, and even a gliding section, which we had in Mario Kart 7, but we haven't had this in the console experience since Wii, and I want that back. I want the chaos brought back to this course, and getting it brought back in Tour recently just gave me that taste of, you know what? I need that for 8 now. I need it. It's such a good course, and it deserves to come back. And that music, I'm going to keep mentioning music because I love the Mario Kart soundtracks. That better sound great with the Mario Kart Orchestra.
Yeah, no, it really needs to. But Koopa Cape is a fun one. That was definitely one of the standout tracks of Mario Kart Wii for me as well, I would say. I enjoyed the half-pipe mechanic they had then. I don't know if they're going to translate that into Mario Kart 8. Mm-hmm. But what I do hope they do is, one change I thought was interesting in Tour is they basically turned the final pipe into a half-pipe effectively, and it allowed you to, like, shoot up out of the water. That was cool. I thought that was neat. But for Mario Kart 8, I think you may have been the one to mention this originally, but I love the idea where they should turn that final pipe keep it a pipe in Mario Kart 8 and have it be a anti-gravity section. So they actually race all around the pipe, which we have not had in a single Mario Kart track yet. Not even the F-Zero ones, I don't think, which is where you would expect to find that. So I think this is their chance to really give us something new in this type of game, and I think it'd be a great place for it.
That would be perfect, actually.
Well, we're on to our final picks, I believe, already. We're flying through these.
Yep.
So, for my final one, although these weren't necessarily in any order, it totally is for this last one. It has to come, of course, from my favorite Mario Kart game of all time, being Double Dash. DK Mountain, baby. It has to be here. A classic track. When it came out, like when I played at E3, I knew it was immediately a classic. You got the barrel, the DK launch barrel that shoots you up to the top of the mountain. There's a race all the way down as you're racing around boulders, tight corners where you can fly off the mountain. There's a cool little shortcut in there you can pull it off across the final bridge. What might be one of the longest bridges in Mario Kart history, where complete chaos can just truly unfold. And that's a part that they can't screw up. They can't widen that too much. They have to keep it narrow. It has to be the point where a single item or a single bump can knock you off. That's a key point of this. It's a linchpin that holds this track together, but I love everything about this track. I love the theming, I love the angry volcano thing at the top, and what I really love about this track too, Tris, is I feel like it's one of the only ones where you can really take the full thing in. So I love, like, when you're flying up or when you're coming back down the mountain, you can see the people on the other half of the track and what they're doing, and I love that. That's something you don't get too often in Mario Kart. And even though you can't directly interact, it's just kind of fun to see, where everyone's at and how everyone's doing. So
yeah, you get like a nice view of the whole course as you kind of shoot over the mountain and then work your way back through all of it. And I think they did a great job of keeping the chaos and difficulty of that course when it came back in Mario Kart Wii, I believe. So I would love to see that come back in the same way here. And you're totally right about that bridge. That bridge has to stay, like, as difficult as it is.
If you don't fall off 4 or 5 times in a single race at any point, then it's not the DK Mountain we know. So
and it's probably up there as like one of the best DK courses as well. Like, we have a few. For some reason, a lot of them are like winter themed, but like that one just feels very like classic Donkey Kong to me. Obviously, there's the one from 7, like the Donkey Kong Country Returns themed one, but something about DK Mountain just feels special to DK to me.
It does, and there's something else I think kind of unique about it, at least to me. It just has like this really rugged, like bumpy feel to it, and no other track quite perfectly captures that same degree. Yeah, it really feels like you're just rolling down that mountain. You're just galloping down it, and this is a great feel to it. So yeah, I hope that comes back.
It would be a great one. All right, well, my final pick is also fitting for a final pick. Surprisingly, in Mario Kart 8, and Deluxe, we still don't have a retro Bowser's Castle. And it's like one of the few Mario Karts to not have a retro one. And since earlier this year it came back in Tour, I want to see 3DS Bowser Castle. There's so many good Bowser Castles, but I think from Mario Kart 7, that's my favorite one. I think it has a great use of the gliding sections and an underwater section. It really uses the different mechanics that have become core to the modern Mario Kart experience. And I would love to see it brought into 8. I think with the different visuals it could have, it could be really striking, it could feel really threatening, and we need more Bowser Castles. Like, why do we only have one in this expansive Mario Kart game now? Give us at least one more. Obviously, I want other ones, but this one at least, because this is my favorite.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, in a game that has like 3 Rainbow Roads and 1 Bowser's Castle, like, something went wrong. We need more of them. Now, this one in particular is one I actually don't remember too much of. It's been so long since I played 7. It doesn't stick to my mind for too many reasons. But we had a quick edit there so I could review the track, and I'm all for it coming here. Just based on like the rolling log segment, the flying sections, the underwater with like the lava spouts. I remember it being a little chaotic, and again, I'm all about that. So yes, let's bring it back. I think it could look great in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and that could be a lot of fun as a returning Bowser track.
Yeah, and I think since it's only been back in Mario Kart 7 and in Tour, it hasn't had that chaotic console experience yet. And I think getting those handheld Mario Kart courses brought up to the console ones is always a fun experience. So bringing this Bowser's Castle, I think, would be great.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, we definitely need more. We need more Bowser representation, period. And
we do.
If this is the way to do it, then we should do it.
All right, and those are 8 courses that we want to see in Wave 2. You know, maybe they won't be the exact picks for the Turnip Cup and Propeller Cup, but we can sit here and be hopeful, of course.
They have to be. It has to be all 8 tracks. Anything less, Chris, is going to be instant disappointment.
But the real question here is, what do you guys want to see for Wave 2? Are there any specific courses that you guys feel absolutely need to be added right now, whether it's because it's your favorite course or fitting for the summertime? Let us know down below. Let us know any picks that you have for the Mario Kart DLC, because I think Andre and I are always down to talk about that, and we have fun reading those too. Otherwise...
Totally.
Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned to GameXplain for plenty more on Mario Kart, especially when this actually comes out. We'll have plenty of coverage whenever that is, we promise. And other things gaming too, of course. Until next time, farewell everyone.